All right, so you might notice that the general colors structure of the Daoist community action is a little bit more daytime than the than the usual Daoist colors, which is the darkness, and that's because dawn has come. Haha. And with the dawn breaking, I would actually give a chance for, this is way more people than I was expecting. This is wild. So we might need a very quick check-in mechanic. So if you guys could just offer us some energy so we can kick this off. We have some big announcements, and a lot of these are old faces and friends from across time and space. So I will just shout a name, and you will give me sort of like a 1 to 5 words of like just your general intent of being here. But you should do it in a way that it's energetic and maybe funny, or at least deeply sad, but don't be boring. Okay, can we try to do this? Lenkla, you're allowed to be boring.
What, NFT?
No pressure on you, Lenkla. I know how it works for you. Okay.
I just had the first day of offsite. I just finished an hour ago, so I'm gonna be very boring.
All right, perfect. Very boring is good.
I'm trying to connect with that community.
All right, so let's go. So here's slide number 2. Oh, so much rainbow, so much color, so great. So let's start with you, Lenkla. How boring can you get? Give us a boring shout.
I'm just before the dinner time and after a whole day of offsite. No, guys, greetings from Sicily. I have not been following what's happening with DAOist, and I'm very excited to make it to this call because I was at the first event and I really like people behind it. So yeah, happy to connect. And context,
we're launching DAO connected to it.
I don't know who is speaking, but yeah, just a little double something. But context of me is I'm with Maker and we're scaling the MakerDAO ecosystem. So that's a little bit about me. And I'm interested in talent and bringing more people in, and DAOist is a great way to do it. So yeah, thanks for having me speak at the first event.
Woo! Awesome, because you came to, so yeah, here is gonna get everybody caught up. So Agnieszka, wanna go next? I'm gonna try to remember everyone.
So my name is Agne. Maybe you meant me? Or
Yeah.
is another similar name lady?
Well, no, it's you, but I.
Great. So
let me check.
I'm excited to be here because I'm excited how the idea of DAOist is developing. I was part of Lisbon DAOist. I thought it was super cool. It was the best event for me, spirit-wise and community gathering-wise. It was really warm and very smart as well. So I want to be involved in the next events, and hopefully we can work together, and look forward to speak and sponsor and add value in other ways. So yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks.
Awesome. I'm gonna skip the team for this.
I'm with a decentralized exchange, DGate, and we are DAO-centric DEX. So that is why I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, so for the guys who just joined, we're just giving quick shout outs. You might use context, you might declare an intention, but just to keep like the energy rolling. Unfortunately, we can't have long speeches for everybody. I'm trying to call out the names to make sure that we don't waste time in coordination hell. And now I will say, Vando, give it a shot.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Yeah, first time up in the DAOist chat. Much love to everybody who I met at the DAOist up here in Lisbon. Big shout out to the whole team. I guess it's me, the Rare Vandal, aka the Van DAO from DAO Records and NXM. We do music, NFTs, and all that good stuff, incorporating DAOs and fun activities in the metaverse. So I keep it short and simple. That's me.
All right, Travis, give us a shout.
Hey, everybody. Coming to you through a very tenuous satellite connection here in northern New Mexico. I'm come from Moloch DAO and DAO House and Raid Guild, and I have a passion project called Death Guild, which does deep dives into the philosophical content of the space. Also getting more and more involved in Gitcoin and righteous public goods funding and sustainability, and definitely regen over degen, shit like that. Glad to be here. Glad to be a part of this and figure out how I can be of best use, most value. Put me to work.
Yes, sir. Let's go, Christina. Give us a little shout. Lucy, borrow Lucy. Getting the literary people out of the way.
No, Gaia recommended the DAOist, and then I was at the book club yesterday, and I found my new nieces and nephews, and I love working on the Blood of Moloch with you, Felipe, and yeah, and then Travis, I feel like I'm following him everywhere. It's just I'm just having a really great time. Thank you.
Steph, you're having a little bit of feedback. Watch out. Let's go. Abraham, haven't met you yet. Want to give us a shout?
Hello, everybody. This is Abraham from Mexico City. I had some troubles connecting, so I connected in my phone. Here you can see me. I don't know if you can see me. I think you can. So, a quick shout. I'm currently working in the centralized crypto world in Bitso, leading the crypto efforts. Bitso is the largest crypto exchange in Latin America. And I'm also contributing to the Mexico City planning for the DAOist and several events in Latin America and Mexico. And apart from my centralized work, I host one of the most listened to crypto podcasts in Latin America called Espacio Crypto. So if you speak Spanish, go out and listen to it. If you wanna be there anytime, Chui is gonna be there soon. So thank you for having me. And this is pretty cool. This is my first the DAOist community call. So happy to meet you all.
Amazing. Let's go now to listen to AC. I also don't know exactly who it is. Sometimes I know them, but I don't actually know I know them. AC. New face. Oh, you're muted. Okay.
Hi, I'm Alan Chu from Boba Network. We've just launched our DAO. We're DAO babies, still new to it. So wanted to be part of the conversation and learn how to, over time, improve governance of our whole network. We're Ethereum layer 2 optimistic rollup.
Awesome. Let's see, Chris, you want to give us a little shout?
Hey, yeah, so I'm Chris, and I'm here just to support the DAOist because I'm a DAOist fan, and yeah, I work for Gitcoin, and I'm just happy to support in any way I can, and there are multiple ways that I'm supporting the DAOist, and the people from the DAOist know this. Huh.
Somebody took a screenshot.
It was me. Sorry, guys.
Because of Guy's stupid face. I felt like it as well. Okay, let's listen from Fowler now. Just real quick, I just want to know everybody's voices.
Hello, this is Andreas from Frankfurt. I'm first time in the DAOist community, but followed you. So really nice what you do. I love it. And I'm in the Rocket Star Foundation DAO, which is focusing on enterprise adoption of Web3, but not only the technology, but also the ideation. And for example, token engineering is something we are quite well into. And what we also covered out is, okay, there are probably some things in the enterprise world that are worth having a look at in the Web3 space also. Mainly, we are coming from organizational design and people functions. So many people of us have been working in innovative HR departments and have been working with them. So both sides. It's not a one-way road, I think. And I think, focusing on adoption is probably also not what everybody does. Looking forward to
Es freut mich dich hier zu haben.
Danke.
My German is dying. I moved to Portugal 6 months ago. It's a problem.
Okay,
let's keep going. Luis Fernando, tell us something about you real quick.
Thanks, Felipe. I'm Luis Fernando, like Felipe said. And just, basically real quick, I find the DAO is really awesome. I'm a contributor at Aragon and also starting to contribute in Prime DAO. And awesome to be here. Nice to meet you all, everyone.
Right, let's go to the back row, the cool kids, the ones that have no camera open, the ones that are all anonymous. Bao. What's rocking behind your Buffy corn? Yeah, Bob doesn't want to speak to us. Let's see who else. James, the VOD, the number 2, James Near.
Yep.
Oh shit, sorry. The other James. The Near James.
Near James.
Your voice is too sexy. I'm leaving you for last. The same with Steph.
What's up, everybody? I'm James, out Near, I guess. I'm here from the Governance, or a community of researchers exploring topics related to DAOs and governance. So excited about the DAOist and everything. You know, it's really cool to see this ecosystem developing and evolving. So thank you.
Awesome. Mafer, you want to give us a little bit of voice spice, just so we know how you sound like?
Hi everyone, I'm Mafer from Venezuela, and I'm the gardener of the Trusted Seed Commons Stack. And yeah, I'm new in Web3, but I'm also trying to getting around communities. It's hard to be a gardener if you don't know other grounds. So I'm here to get to know you, everyone, and get more involved in the Web3 community. I think this is a space for it. I'll pass it to the next one.
That's perfect. It's hard to be a gardener if you don't know other. Monica 333 or 333 or Dai Dai Dai, or how do you say it in Chinese?
Okay.
Oh, she got bounced by the powers above, I guess. Okay, time for some sexy voices then. Oh, let's try again. Monica. Ooh. Yeah, Discord can be very taxing on processing for some computers. Let's try again.
Okay, I'm back now.
Okay, tell us.
Hello. Hi. Sorry about that. Hi, Monica from Pontiac Colonomy Incubator. And we're working on the reinvention of post-industrial cities. And we're about 30 miles north of Detroit and launching, my co-director is here. He's the founder of RGB Studios. So we're launching this NFT based on his story. Jim.
1989, first artist in computers, graphic arts, laser graphics, and we're wondering if the DAO platform can facilitate this kind of execution. We're looking to leverage it, not sell it.
Awesome. Yeah, this call is pretty cool. It's always good to ask. I know it's kind of annoying for everybody to have to sit through everything in the beginning, but bear with me. It pays off in the long run. I'm going to skip. No, I'm not going to skip Josh. Hey, Josh, how are you doing?
My name is Josh.
How are your
I meet
microbes
everybody
coming along?
in Lisbon, and currently working on a project of my own called DeSci World. I work with Harvest Finance, and I mirror, I can't remember whose sentiment, regen, not degen. That's why we're all here. So.
Awesome. So time for some sexy voices that I saved for last. James Simboras, tell us about you, you Greek bastard.
Happy New Year. Happy 2022, everyone. It's lovely to be on this call with all these amazing people. James from Trojan DAO. We were sponsors and early supporters of the DAOist. Me and Felipe go on escapades and are involved in each other's stuff every now and then. And I'm here to support and see this through. Let's DAO it. Let's DAO the DAOist. That's what we're here to do. I'm here with Trojan DAO. We are spearheading adoption of blockchain for art and doing community stuff. Great to be here.
Cool. So you might have noticed that I left the team for last, but that has a point because I want you guys to know who the team is. If you have any questions, have any ideas, if you want to drive anything forward, you can just talk to these people that are going to start speaking now. And when you talk about yourself, talk about what kind of problems you're solving within the DAOist, just so people know who to talk to about stuff. And I want to start with Steph because he has a great voice as well. Mr. Delvaux.
Hey guys. So my introduction is easy because with the DAOist. So, I mean, I don't even know how best to explain, but mostly in terms of, communications and special projects, I guess you could say. We're going to have some fun stuff coming from the DAOist pretty soon. Outside of that, I'm also a contributor to Prime DAO. And outside of DAO life, completely, I run the Caribbean Blockchain Alliance. We're very focused on pushing adoption in the Caribbean region. I live in the Bahamas, so yeah, that's basically me.
All right, and now maybe let's go to Iris.
Hi everyone, I'm Iris. I'm with the DAOists, working on brand design. I'm based here in Portugal, Lisbon. And so far on, I'm enjoying a lot this journey. And it's always fun to meet new people, see new faces, and share ideas and new concepts. And I'm very happy to be here on this call with you all. And thank you for having me as well.
Cool. So more new people on the team. Kotoe, wanna share a little bit of your energy?
Hey guys, I just arrived. I'm here with Guy. We are based in Berlin. I am the Peoples and Operations for now, and I am helping a lot. Gonna help right now with the events because this is where I come from, and I'm also very excited to be here.
Yes. I'll just take the opportunity that the mic is open. I'm Guy or Gil. I am leading efforts in the design side of things and also helping organize wherever needed. Like anything art related, community centered. We have a little bit of that.
Chui. The shortest, most pronounceable name in the universe.
Hi everyone. I'm Chui. I originally volunteered for the DAOist in ECC during last summer, and I really fell in love with the community and with everything that the DAOist wants to achieve. So I've been here ever since, and really looking forward to sharing some really cool news about something that's happening. So. Yeah.
All right, we're doing good. We're only 25 minutes of check-in. Fine, that's actually a good average. Now for the last check-in, Inga, the Russian, please take the floor.
Hey guys, my name is Inga, and I joined the DAOist in the very beginning, even before it started. So I do the events and all the communication stuff, and basically if you have any questions, I am the one you need to text and I'll answer all of them. And if I don't know the answers, I'll ask the team.
Awesome. So what I'll try to do is to not too verbosely go over I'm Felipe. I basically just try to connect all the parts of the what's being born. And I bring a little bit more experience on being a DAO obsessed human and try to get more people into this. And we are just trying to build this like narrative machine. And now I'm going to explain to you guys what of all those plans that have been shown in the other community calls, what has come true, which is surprisingly a lot, which is great. And let's just get on. Okay, it's fine. Wait, I'll click on this. Dawn DAO. So we have a DAO now. It's called Dawn, and she is a she. And so it's not a it. And it's our morning star. It's our Mercury. It's the first star in the morning. It's the first and last star in the sky. And what Dawn DAO anchors is the necessity of having a legitimate governing body that goes beyond the core team, that encompasses people that have historically contributed and built the DAO space. And we lean on them to help guide the job of the DAOist. And the DAOist is an event brand, yes, and it survives off sponsorships, yes. But the next step out of this is being a encounter space that goes beyond physical space, right? It's a place where we come to think and build coherent, connective agendas for policy and politics of the Web3, especially when it comes to DAOs, right? And how does this unfurl? It's basically 3 tracks. It's policy, tech, policy thinking and designing policy, so diplomacy. Tech is thinking and designing and developing technology that allows for better governance or supporting the people that do, and arts and culture, right? So these are the 3 commitments of the DAO, and this all comes together in the Lisbon Meta Hub. So there's a lot of information out there about this. I expect most of people on this call to know about this plan, and if you don't, like, just watch the other community calls or the talks that were given around the Lisbon time. They all have this fairly documented. So what's important for me to tell you now is that these things are now real, just as of today. The DAO came together. All the elders and all the core team members have received their tokens. The snapshot is rigged, and we can start making decisions. Okay, so this is a real thing. Now, if you're a past sponsor, you also are going to receive governance over this DAO and via delegate tokens. You're going to get one organizational token that has no governance power. It's just a flex badge. It's just for you to show off, and you put it in the wallet of the organization. And the delegate, you have to decide who it is, and this person is the person that should be most interested in participating in governance and benefiting from the Lisbon Meta Hub. This is a house that we're in the final stages of negotiation of contract with. It's somewhat in the middle of Lisbon, but not completely. So if you've ever been to Lisbon, it's where the Pastéis de Belém place is. So it's basically 20 minutes away from anything in Lisbon or Cascais. And it's a 550 square meter house with 3 stories, 7 rooms, a beautiful pool, big garden, where we can have spaces for people to stay over. So it's a plug and play offsite. You can come, you can stay, and work. And the work is going to have a media center, places for us to produce and process media, co-working space, and art creativity space, and a mindfulness health space, a place for us to exercise and things like this, right? So basically, it's a support system for anybody going through deep transformational larval stages to come and get support to go through it, right? That's the commitment. So that's what we announced that we're trying to build. It turned out it was impossible to get enough space in a normal apartment within the Lisbon metropolitan normal center. So this was the best compromise I could find between still being close to all the things in Lisbon, but being retreat-like or transformational enough, because everything else would just be like a lame luxury condo, and that wasn't why, right? So if you have any questions, by the way, feel free to just open your microphone and ask them, okay? So we have a pre-approved proposal. I have fully doxed myself to the owners of this house. They have all my bank statements going 8 months back, and hopefully that matches all the on-chain shit that I sent. And that will allow them to say yes to my proposal. If that happens, I'll be confirming within the next 24 to 48 hours that we do have a space, and the move-in date would be 1st of March. And I will be honest, if any of you feel called upon for being the first settlers of the space, get your ass to Lisbon and help me out. Because this is going to be the tough part, right? We do have a budget. We do have, like, the first ambassadorships have come in. We have 3 out of 5, which is Prime DAO. Thank you very much. Giveth, Griff. You know, I mean, if Griff was there behind me, massaging my back when I finished 5th in the ETH Denver poker tournament, I knew he was going to support this project. But anyway, thank you very much. And the third supporter is less famous, but not less important, which is a dev studio and creative studio here based in Portugal, based in Porto, called 11 Yellow. And if you haven't found them, just Google 11 Yellow Crypto. You're going to find one of the coolest websites I've ever seen in the industry. And I'm incredibly proud of having these people as supporters. If anything, because they're like a tech SWAT team, and they can cut a bitch if they get angry. And that's good friends to have. It can be quite scary talking to them late at night too, which my kind of people. right? So we have 2 more spots for this level of support ambassadorship. You get up to 16 tokens, which is 160 votes in Dawn, and the price is 75K in USDC or whatever other stable dollar they might want to deploy, which I don't really like Tether, but fine. So there's 2 available. It's subject to high scrutiny. It's not just come with the money, to be honest. And we're talking to some other organizations. Once this process is done, we're going to open 18 spots for what we call ministries, which are, you're going to hold a ministry that represents a subject, right? So you're going to control sort of the agenda or the portfolio of that subject of 18 things. So you can bring your organization's main theme, and that's going to be managed in terms of governance by all of us and the ambassadors. And we're going to discuss the priorities of how to produce content, tech, art, whatever around these topics. So that's the experiment that we're running. Ministries, and there will be announcements for all this. There will be a bunch of Medium posts or actually our mirror, but they're 25K and they give you all the same advantages in terms of access to the Lisbon Meta Hub and priority access to tickets, but they don't give you this communications team access by default. They depends on how the ambassadors govern the themes. Okay, so this is not a advertising moment. I'm just explaining how it works. And now I want to give you the alpha that which most people here are waiting for, what are the actual events that we're going to do in Q1. The original plan was to make 4 events. It quickly became apparent that we were not going to, NGMI was too much, and then everything was going to suffer, and we had to make some sacrifices. The first one was DAOist Denver. We've decided to go annoy Chris and his friends to try to have some form of partnership happening inside Shelling Point. Nothing to announce here yet. We're at pitch stage, but we want to help the topics of facilitation, conflict moderation, and community creativity. Maybe we're going to get something going, but default-wise, we are not having our own event in Denver. And I think for the most part, there's enough stuff in Denver. If you've ever been to ETH Denver, it's just a lot. It's a lot of effort, a lot of money, a lot of things, put things together to compete for a very, by Chris, a very contested attention space. And I just felt that if there was some place that didn't need us, that didn't need our point of view, that our point of view would already be by default, that was Denver. So that's why we dropped it. Does anybody disagree or have any questions? No. Cool. Because it was a hard discussion within the team. But cool. But this one is cooler. Like, this place needs us a lot more. This place hasn't had a DAO event. This place has many cooperatives and collaborative initiatives that have been running since the dawn of time. And they haven't heard about DAOs, right? And honestly, and you can quote me on this and put me on camera saying this, and I say this with love, there's enough Americans on the blockchain, okay? We don't need to onboard more of you. We need to onboard everybody else. So I'm throwing my support and my time behind this one instead of Denver. And it's actually conservative to your sponsors' monies because it's cheaper, and also incredibly more profitable in terms of getting new eyes from a new market onto your product. So if you want to sponsor this event, please go talk to us or Chui, but you can talk to Inga or me as well. The sponsorship tiers are the same, but don't expect the same governance rewards as you didn't expect the first time when you sponsored before Dawn existed, okay? There is going to be some form. It's going to be agreed via DAO, but it's always going to be retroactive. Governance will never be purchased, okay? So chill about the governance, but everything else is kind of the same, okay? Let's move forward. No, where's what? Okay, Q&A session. Does anybody have some questions? All right, cool, none. Boom. Now this is the big bad daddy. This is where we want to try to, or big bad mama, I don't know. I mean, the DAOs are girls and the gatherings are boys. No, gender is a lie. The main point being, here we want to try to do something different. And I actually want to hear your questions and opinions and invite everybody to think about it. This is not a conference in the normal sense of a blockchain conference. This is more a conference in the normal sense of a scientific conference, where I want to get the DAOs to work there together on each other, but on themselves, right? I want the people who govern a DAO together that never get a chance to meet. I want them to have everybody having their mini office time, and then presenting to each other and just being in creative, I wouldn't say work mode, but I would say in synthesis mode, in mode of doing something in the same space while being also fully supported. Sort of what I'm trying to create to the Meta Hub, but on a one full day thing. And then the next day, the 19th, would be a presentation day more open to the public. Today, actually, I was able to, I hope that was final, I think it was. We've got a venue provided very generously by the Ethereum Foundation. It's also the opening event of Dev Connect Amsterdam. And it's fucking huge. So bring all your DAOs, tell all your friends. We're gonna get everybody their own tables and their own working material and screens and all these things. And please do sponsor this event. Sponsor this event, one, because it's gonna be the most badass DAO thing that ever happened. It's gonna be the DAOist DAOs. And second, because the Netherlands is super expensive. So that's why I'm asking you to sponsor this event, because we need to we need to make this comfortable and productive. And I want to, if possible, have a coordination intensity game changer event that redefines what DAOs are for moving forward and sets the tone for 2022. And if you think that that's what we're needing, higher governance intimacy, a reason for delegates and governors to participate more and to know each other better. And so instead of having a booth that is where you're just presenting your project to the world, you're going to have a station where you and the people who solve problems with you on a daily can actually come and really convene. Day one. And then day two, everybody presents to everybody, and we can bring the DAO tooling and the supporting structure of the industry also into the event. But the day one is supposed to be all about the DAOs for the DAOs only, no public, okay? So how do I pull off who comes and who doesn't? What's the story there? All of these are questions to be answered, but I think we're all smart enough people to figure this out. And now we have a DAO to ask questions and to decide together. And so I would actually want questions here and even criticism if you guys want to participate. I'm getting sick of my voice anyway. Even like, yeah, this is cool, or this is kind of.
There's not enough information to be able to give a good comment here, bro. You need to unpack it a bit.
Help me unpack it. So I'll try to describe it. You would be like, yo, I'm Trojan. So you have a table, and then you get a set of tickets, let's say 6, and you bring your main collaborators, and you guys have the table with Post-its, a recorder, a bunch of markers, a whiteboard, a screen, a place where you guys can actually do the things that you've been trying to do, but you're finally in person and together for a full day, and drive any agenda that's important for you forward, and you can present to each other the next day. And you can use that first day to focus, for example, in DAO to DAO relationships. So let's say that Guild XYZ is doing something important, and there's 2 tables down. And then Trojan actually wants to create an NFT project for every Guild connection from Guild XYZ. Do you know Guild, James?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Carry on.
So this would be the place where you would go and make these connections quick and in person. So do you know how Davos works?
Mm-hmm.
So the Davos of DAOs, right? And then this would be half of the event. And then the other half is DAOs hosting open sessions, kind of like we did in Lisbon. But instead of having 50 simultaneous tables, would be like, say, 4, and it would be highly curated, but these would be very high value sessions where DAOs can co-mingle. Is this enough unpacking? Also, there's it's still just an intuition, by the way. So
to ask bluntly, If our organization was to want to participate in this, we'd have to join as sponsors, or how would that work?
Ideally not. That's why there's Ethereum Foundation funding and etc. Whoever joins as sponsor is going to get brand exposure, etc., etc. But ideally, it would be via application and curation.
So we'd have
building
to,
something.
So would this be done via proposal to the DAO itself?
This is actually possible. I don't think so, because it's incredibly harrowing in terms of governance throughput for people to vote on all of this. This popularity political process that could be dangerous. I would actually vote, for example, in who's a curation team, and then let those people do the work.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest as well. It's going to be hard to define who is going to get in, which organization, which group, which team is going to get in on that first day. So maybe we elect a team of curators to be these gatekeepers. Yeah.
So there's going to be a selection process from a committee or a group within the DAOist to decide
and
who gets
hopefully also.
Another question would be, what if an organization is selected to be part, would they have access to some funding to cover their expenses while they're there, their tickets for their team members, etc.?
Probably not. I can't foresee that happening unless we actually ask the EF or some other large org, or there's gigantic interest from sponsors coming, like gigantic interest from sponsors coming into the event. But that could be a thing that could happen on a case-by-case basis. Also, there's plenty of DAOs around that we could go ask for funding for. But again, it creates all of these dynamics. What I'm trying to find out right now is what the constraints are in terms of what's the space, how many tables, et cetera, and then what is inside the membrane, right? The 30-second organizational design course, right? The membrane, whoever everybody is inside the membrane, what's the minimum everybody gets, and what's the ritual for crossing the membrane. Right? This is my usual sketch for anything. I'm still defining what's inside the membrane. Me, Kotoe, and Inga specifically are dealing with this more closely. And then we just found out that we might have the biggest venue thinkable. So good news. And so it might be that we actually do have enough space for mostly everyone that is actually DAO enough to come, which would be awesome. No promises. Any other questions? Or ideas?
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. So, will this event could also be for starting DAOs, or should it be only for existing DAOs?
I would say that this event is for the black belts. Yeah, the day one, it's for the very black belt people, for sure.
Okay.
So let's say that because, for example, we have this other project called DAOists.xyz, which is super, a little bit commercial. They sell tickets and they really want to have the biggest DAO event ever. Like, I want the DAOists to never make the biggest DAO event ever. If I ever realize I'm making the biggest ever, I'm going to tell some people not to come, because that's not my outcome. That's not what I'm optimizing for. The way the DAOist is, what the DAOist used to do is it's make the impossible, improbable good thing that needs to happen next happen faster. I'm going to repeat that. The possible but improbable next good thing happen faster, right? It's a coordination machine. It's not a proselytizing thing. I don't think more DAOs more better. I don't think bigger DAOs more better either. So do you get it, Abraham? But that being said, the DAOist Mexico is 100% start your DAO event. And Chui can talk more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly it. Thank you.
So we're trying to design things for each jurisdiction, right? Each context, situational context we're dealing with. And this is sort of DevConnect, DevCon Mini. It's going to be a very contested space where all the black belts are going to be. So that's a very unique opportunity to drive the coordination needle forward. So it's definitely going to be not, I wouldn't say like unsafe for beginners, but like the Daoist in general, if you are a DAO beginner, you probably felt very lost in both the two big events. And it's unfortunate, but it's kind of the mission that has befallen the project. I felt that like I joined crypto space 4 years ago, and feeling lost was a big component of my everyday life for 3 years. So it's not going to go away anytime soon either. It just sticks with you. I see Lenka smiling because it's just like life, you know. You learn one thing or another, but you still lost as a whole most of the time. So please don't feel bad. I don't know if Travis is laughing into the world or he's actually just enjoying what I'm saying. But I will pretend he's enjoying what I'm saying.
It's just so true. So true.
There was something I wanted to speak before. I think it was or yeah.
What?
There was someone who wanted to speak. One more question.
Yeah.
Yes, and Simburas also has something to say.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, is there a public discussion about the design of the Amsterdam DAOist and the Mexico DAOist and, you know, ideation for other DAOists? Where's this happening?
Yes. It happens in the DAOist Stewards now since the last one became open, which is a smaller call, but it's a focused work group. The other open discussion is here right now as we are speaking. The other thing that we're setting forum discourse is one of the tasks that I didn't accomplish before this call, which is purchasing discourse. So this will be there for us to discuss long form text. And also you're going to have I assume you're going to be the delegate of Trojan, and you're going to have a governance token. And Inga should probably have already asked you for the wallet, I would assume.
Yes. But I mean, what I would like to think is that there would be a place where these discussions can be a little bit more open and participatory and go beyond a call. You know, they could be somewhere in text. A forum, a discourse sounds like a very good idea.
Cool. So there is a Notion page where like each event has their open Notion page, both Mexico and the GGG. So it is permissionless but hard to find, like most things in Web3. And the DAOist has admittedly under the moniker, the price of admission is desire. So I assume that someone in the team is already hitting you up on Telegram and sending you the link. And you feel free to share it as widely as you like, because I do think that the design of this event in particular should be a highly collaborative affair. The only constraints being having something actually happen and not just having an eternal debate, you know?
Absolutely. I think there's a balance to be a Goldilocks space to be tapped into there.
Yeah, just to add to this, like go to the website, the DAOist.co, and scroll down to the calendar. You'll see Mexico and GGG Amsterdam. If you click on them, you'll see how to volunteer to sponsor and more info. If you click on more info, you'll find a Notion page with like the ongoing information that as we build.
But also today is the day when we announce.
So many clicks. We really want you to participate.
Finding this page prove that you really want to participate.
Down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, but we're gonna from tomorrow. We're gonna share all the links, and we have a mirror page with all the information and everything what you need. And
what's going to happen as well is that I'm probably like I am a boomer, and my favorite mode of communication. It's important to have all the Notion and the website and all the links and that. But usually I'll condense everything that's currently relevant into a pinned post. Pinned posts are my thing. So I'm just going to put that pinned post on Telegram, and everything is going to be one click away in a long list. Look at Inga. Inga loves it. And then I'm going to pin that to the Discord, the Telegram, and then it's going to be.
Now the event's just like 2 minutes ago, and then you're just like, we don't have enough information. I mean, information after we announce the stuff, right? Not before.
Okay. Exactly. Whatever. I think it's actually as it shows up, you just link it. Try to put the link in many places as possible and hope for the best. But if anyone has any questions, just ask the team. Like ask the team until you become the team. Like it happened to Chui, like it happened to Steph, and it's open, you know. And we're raising all this money from a bunch of people that will be collectively and transparently managed. And it's not that hard to become the team, and we desperately need help. And one of the things that Kotoe is doing is actually writing up the hiring descriptions for how to do stuff for the DAOist soon enough. But it's harder than it sounds, right? Okay, so let me see, because we're running out of time. Q&A session. Okay, book club. Iris, do you want to present the book club?
Hi, I was talking with my microphone offline. I'm so sorry. Yes, I can talk a little bit about the book club. Well, the book club is a safe space where we can all share our ideas, where we can bring books or audiovisual pieces that we are seeing, like movies, documentaries, or even video games that we are playing, and that they have, changed us, or they have brought us some change to us, and it's something that we want to share, right? And that's where that happens. Book club is a space for that to happen, and it is also how should I say? It is a place for us to discuss about that, and each week the book club will also have a different topic, different theme, which will then be brought up, and with also some pre-prepared questions that we also will be bringing, so that will help on the discussion throughout the session. But it's mostly a safe space that for us to discuss and share ideas, and what is also brings some thought-provoking discussions as well.
Yeah, and it's a good space to just hang out while you're working, or if you are new to DAOs and you want to just meet more people. The last one was fun. I was trying to draw a thing, and I was just there.
Yeah, we were there yesterday. There was one yesterday, and I wasn't aware there was a theme though. There was what was the theme for yesterday?
No, it's new. This is new.
Okay.
She took it over.
Yeah,
she's the boss of. She's the boss of the book club now. Okay.
Cool.
Let me see what's next. Oh, nothing. We finished the call. Yes, and it's time. Look, that's awesome. Woo! James, do you wanna more questions about the GGG, or any ideas should better make the process or something? Or
DAOist is a DAO now, so it has to have a forum. It has to have a more collaborative way of operating, and very clear paths for participating and contributing. You need help, so open it up, man.
Yeah. Man, I spent $400 today setting tokens. It was really fun.
I have a thought.
We need to celebrate that. That was an awesome moment, actually. That's
I did it live.
Well
I did it.
Congrats.
I did it live on the Discord. I wanted Gil to record it, but he was busy. What were you saying, Iris?
Huh? Excuse me?
No, it wasn't Iris.
I didn't say anything.
This is Monica.
Hey, Monica.
Hey there. Nice to meet you all. We're new to DAOist, but coming out of the RGB history here in Pontiac, and we focus on participatory design and governance structures, and do that digitally with Mural. And we've been getting a lot of feedback loops lately through a number of networks like Placemaking US and like Transportation for America and other things like that. But we've always wanted to value people that aren't typically valued, but definitely not in the crypto space or NFT space through our project. And we're slowly launching it. But I would, not to talk too long, but this is the process that we use. It's a simple vision and game plan process that's universally shared. And I'd be happy to talk with anybody about that if you're so interested. I'm not sure exactly where to plug in, or we could do a workshop or anything. Where our services are open. So thanks.
Yeah, I'll be down. I'm also talking. There's Angela from the Token Engineering Commons and the Token Academy, and they come from this very academic, Eurocentric vision that's tried and true and tested, and using like computer aided governance design and token engineering. Like engineering is it's not used lightly in their case, and I'm really like wanting for all of these different mindsets to come together. I'm like a initiate from South America who are doing street level activism. So if you know like in how much space you should start burning different piles of trash to slow down like SWAT teams, that's like my area of expertise. He was there, you know, like kicking, like how fast should you run and how too late it is to run towards a gas grenade before kicking it away, and that kind of thing, you know. So we need all these skill sets in the space.
But he still can't avoid a punch.
Sorry?
If I may build on that, going back to the...
Oh yeah, I was too drunk to avoid that punch.
I was just going to throw an idea into the mix regarding potential DAOist presence at ETH Denver. If Monica, wanted to do a workshop, I think we could figure out a way to do that, especially in the virtual context. But we have access to a space that's going to be used for the Buffacorn Biddle Brigade VIP lounge over the weekend, and we'll be using that for a week, Biddle Week. And I was thinking, why not have some collaborative, the DAOist presence alongside the DAOist XYZ event happening? Just wanted to throw it out.
That would be fun. Yeah, like maybe a mini assemblage of conflict mediation, or not conflict. Conflict mediation is already it's a defeative stance on the issue, but feedback loop threading methodologies from across the world or something.
We're trying to go with a theme of DAOversity.
Design feedback loops. And maybe 6 thinking hats workshop. But we will definitely play with that idea. If you just
no, sorry, I was in the realm.
Let us know how to play it.
No, I'm joking. Is Chui still here?
He said that he'll be in a moment.
Okay. I mean, guys, there's a lot that can and could be done. I am honestly, personally, Felipe, focused on fixing the things that, for example, James were talking about, that there's no forum for the things, that there's no house for the Lisbon Meta Hub, and I'm like doxing myself and putting my name on the contract, building the DAO, sending the tokens. So all of this unglamorous meta structure stuff. It's gonna get cooler soon, but I know the last 2 months have been a little bit silent, but there was a lot of open questions on all the stuff. Travis is writing stuff, and I get curious to go check. Okay, ciao, Travis. There will be a room for you. There's no need for a sofa. Yeah, one of the things I wanted to hear more about and give Chui a voice to speak was about DAOist Mexico. Just as a general, 7 o'clock. So if you have another call, feel free to bounce. If you want to hang a little bit more. I think it will be important to have Chui come and talk about Mexico. And Inga pulled my ear on the side here because I didn't give him voice. Chui, take over. Talk about Mexico.
Sure. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so as Felipe was mentioning, we are really excited to have a DAOist happen in Mexico City for many different reasons. I've always been very attracted to the idea that DAOs are like, in a way, like the technical tools are the easy part, but building a culture and being capable of sharing resources in a community is like the real challenge. And I feel that Latin America is very fertile ground for DAOs, because people have been having DAOs like since forever, and but they don't really realize that they are one. So I feel that it's this is gonna come at a great moment. And we are gonna be focused also in a very let's call it like first level, like first approach kind of content. So the idea is for people to get a general sense of what are some of the practical uses for DAOs. And from there on, we are planning on offering also workshops to pretty much let them familiarize with the different toolsets that there are. So this is something new. This is actually like an incident that happened yesterday morning. The venue that we were talking to kind of like pulled like a really bad joke on us. So right now we are trying to find an option B, and we have three different options that I'm going to be talking briefly about. But pretty much since because of the talk that we had with the previous venue, where considering weekdays, we feel that there's actually a benefit in trying to do it in a weekend. And at the same time, it can be more inclusive with people that have like daytime jobs in Mexico City, and you know, it's just like sometimes like crypto people are cool with having events on weekdays, but we feel that we would be like leaving out a lot of the potential audience for this event. So this is why we have like the dates option A and option B, but it looks like we're gonna find a way to make it work with option B. So what's the main goal of the event? Amplify education about DAOs, their culture, and the technological tools that many cooperatives and communities across Latin America can adopt. One of the things here is that because right now there is a lot of ambiguity with the venue issue. We think that one of the limitations is the whole pandemic situation. So we are trying to like prioritize and have and take into account that we're going to be streaming this event. So in case people aren't confident enough to attend, like we plan on heavily like communicating this to everyone interested, so that they don't feel like they need to come, and at the same time, like it gives us room to find a venue that can adapt to our needs. So there is a really cool community that is getting together for the efforts around this event. Actually, Abraham had to leave, but there are some really interesting people in the community that is getting that is planning for DAOist Mexico City. So this is me. As I was saying earlier, I volunteered for the DAOist in ECC, and since then, like it's been like a personal dream that I've had, like bringing this event and this culture with the incumbent players. There we go. So this is the main intention behind bringing this event to Mexico City to also replicate this culture in other places. We have a really cool publicist. His name is Octavio. He is a filmmaker and has a lot of experience with different media. He even has like access to some international media like Variety and Hollywood Reporter and some like entertainment business because he is focused in culture. So we are very excited about how we can present this in a way that will attract artistic communities. So there's Lalo on top of the workshop, and also Abraham. They both have this podcast called Espacio Crypto, which is the #1 technology podcast in Mexico. And they are joining efforts and also like bringing in a lot of resources for their audience. They have an awesome community. And we feel that actually that might be like a really good niche to start off for promoting this event. We have Almond Hernandez. She is an ambassador for Doing Good in Mexico City. And she has been doing a lot of efforts for onboarding newcomers to NFTs, especially female artists. She's been very focused in improving this, and we met in actually a Doing Good meetup that there was in Mexico City that she put together. So she's been interested in also joining efforts for making the DAOist happen. In stage management and production, we have Andres. And we are still waiting on getting some quotes from different providers for the streaming. So we're going to put a lot of effort in making this accessible and pressing record and all of those stuff. Okay, so about the venues, the idea is that we want to have in the Roma Condesa neighborhood, we want to be able to host this so that people can be in walking distances and also be around the neighborhood that is safe, that has a lot of restaurants, has a lot of bars, some museums. So it's a really cool area to host an event like this. And there are a lot of places to hang out in. So we're looking at this, our option A, which is La Bodega. This used to be like a really cool restaurant with its own theater and many different things that we really like when we visit this place. Some of the pros is it's in a very centric place in this neighborhood, and that they are open to having this on the weekend. Some of the cons is that it can only fit probably like 200 people, and it's also like an inside place. So we are not sure if people are going to be feeling safe for indoors. So yeah, this is one of the things that we were considering against. But it's a really nice building and it has awesome spaces inside. Option B is Café Bizarro. Pros is that they have a restaurant and bar on premises, 2 different stages, and it's like blocks away from La Bodega, so it's also like a very centric point. It's limited to 250 people, and weekdays are better than weekends. So those are some of the cons. And last but not least, we have the language school. And they offer a great deal. They have a huge patio for outdoor talks. They have a theater with 220 seats. And it can also, then they are open to have this on a weekend, which is actually better for them. But they don't really have like bar or alcohol permits in the premises. So we might, we might offer like some food, but what I don't really like is that people would need to like explore the area to go and get something to eat, and they may like miss some of the talks. So yeah, this is something that I'm considering right now. For the after party, there's this really cool place called Legión Americana, and it's not like a nightclub, it's like somewhere in the middle. So I think that it could be a really cool place for networking. And it also has like a very good and nice areas inside. And for the workshops, we're thinking of the Bitcoin Embassy, which is in the Roma neighborhood as well. and the Bitcoin Embassy always like lend and open the doors for any crypto related events. So we have them on board for this, and yeah, that's some of that's like just some of the venues that we're thinking about. We're also considering starting like a scholarship program, because we have some different brands that are interested in sponsoring the event. So what we want is to put this like to a better use and try to bring people from the rest of Mexico, not only from Mexico City. So we are having some ideas around offering scholarships for people that need support in traveling from other places. And as Felipe was mentioning, our sponsorship packages are pretty much the same. And this is some stuff that we offer, especially like the recording an episode in Espacio Crypto is something that the podcast is supporting us with. And we are offering also customized luchador masks that can fit your DAO branding. So yeah, we're excited about that idea also. So are there any questions or observations?
I think it's actually with the language school, if there is no alcohol permitted, I think it's okay. Let's just like make maybe like a tea booth, and maybe like we can kind of like step away from having like a lot of alcohol during the like crypto conferences. Why not?
Yep. Anyone else? Okay, so I guess I'll pass it back to Felipe.
Thank you, Chui. This is really cool. It's really, really good to see it developing now.
I'm sorry to hear about the event canceling on you. That's life. Happens a lot. I'm curious to know why, or if you know why. But
they were just like changing their minds like a lot, and they didn't know if it was good for the venue, and they were like, oh yeah, but we can like dedicate like one of our biggest like garden areas, because we don't know if people are gonna come. So yeah, just like some stuff like that. And it's like I'm not gonna try to convince you about the potential of the event. Like I've said what I've had to say, and so if you don't see the value, there's not a lot that I can do for you guys. And also they were offering just like a city corner where 40 people can fit, and yeah, it just got bad. And they didn't even talk about like a price change or any modifications to the previous proposal that we discussed. So I was like, whatever, like I can find something better, and it's probably going to be an opportunity. So yeah, it was a tough day yesterday, but by the end of the day, I was pretty happy with what I found walking around the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's been a very long day for me. Yeah, thanks everybody for staying till overtime, and thanks Chui for putting everything together for Mexico. You know, you're gonna have some on the ground support, maybe more even than you expect. Let's see what comes together. And yeah, I'm really excited. And let's learn from the kind of these like non-crypto jurisdictions, like in Portugal as well. Like I've been 6 months looking for this house, you know, getting shot down by I think more than different places. It sucks, you know, rejection sucks, and we grow stronger through it. Yeah, till next call, guys. And anybody else has any last remarks? Now it's your time.
Awesome call. It was great to meet everyone, and we're looking forward to participating in Mexico and any other venue. It sounds awesome.
Woo! I'm gonna press my red button.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye bye, everyone.
Yeah, bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.